Hi, this is BESIG Online. I'm Andi White, and we've got Pat Pledger with us. Pat, you are a human resources expert.
I hope so.
I think so. Yeah. All right. Can you tell us a little bit about how you got involved into teaching English for human resources?
Yes, when I came to live in Germany, I decided not to go into human resources, which had been my career for 20 years in London. I didn't like what I saw of it here in Germany, the way it worked and so on, and so that's when I decided to channel my my management experience into business English training. And for the first 8 to 10 years, there wasn't really a lot doing in human resources, but I was watching the market very carefully, and I was watching it sort of slowly develop, and the human resources people were not only then starting to organise the training for their staff, but they were starting to need it themselves for interviewing. Part of interviews were starting to be in English as well as German, and also attending international conferences as companies were becoming more global.
So did you go into that consciously? Did you approach human resources departments and say, you know, I've done this for a long time, or you were already teaching business English and you just slid into it?
I was already teaching business English. I set up my company and was developing that, but I was really watching the human resources market very carefully, and of course as I was training in companies, they were starting to ask me to do human resources training when they found out my expertise. And then I realised there weren't any books on the market. I was producing all my own materials. So I was watching this very carefully as well and thinking, well, you know, I could do something. The only thing you saw was textbooks with one unit, and it was always interview skills or whatever, applying for jobs, nothing else, nothing more meaty in human resources. And so then I was approached by Cornelsen. And it all sort of developed on from there.
All right. So they approached you?
Yeah, well, they were looking for somebody with a human resources background and business English training. I think I was probably about the only person in Germany who had that combination at the time, maybe. And so it sort of, you know, someone tipped them off and tipped me off, and we got together. And
so that's how they found you? They didn't find you online?
No,
it was just through word of mouth?
It was through word of mouth.
Okay. And do you know who tipped them off? Just out of curiosity, was that a networking wonder?
It was you know, it was a contact, yeah, and they, you know, we got together and chatted about it, and it developed on from there. And it took the little book took 2 years. So it's a real, if you're working, you know, full time anyway, and writing a book on top of it, it's really quite a big job.
Okay, so that's English for Human Resources from Cornelsen.
Yeah.
All right. One last thing, but out of curiosity, what would you say are the major differences to general business English and to teaching specialized English?
Well, because I mean, generally, like all the ESP subjects, the vocabulary.
Yeah.
Knowing the right vocabulary and how a human resources department works and what goes on. This is all sort of obviously important. So you are cutting out a lot of the learning curve if you've got this already. If you've got
so it's
this
also
already.
The skills that you're teaching as well, not just the grammar, lexis, whatever, and the special vocabulary for human resources, but the skills.
Yeah.
So they get more bang for their buck, don't they?
Well, I hope so. I mean, I had a guy of 50 actually come to me this week, panic, because he just lost his job in human resources.
Okay.
And so he needed somebody to get he's wanting to apply for international jobs, and of course he's realised his English is not so good.
Okay.
So it was a big panic to try and cram as many lessons as he can in the next few weeks to look for a new job, and he's got to do telephone interviews and so on.
Right. So you're a master with that.
It's this sort of thing as well, you know, interview skills training, CV writing, or knocking CVs into shape, as well as the actual human resources departments.
Right, so you've got an extremely big job to do.
Well, I love it. I mean, this is my sort of passion. So in addition to the business English training, I can actually combine it with my love from my career.
Okay. Yeah, that's the best thing, I think. If you love what you do.
Yeah.
All right. then we're gonna stop now. I have to say thank you so much, Pat, because I just pulled you out. You had just walked through the door, so thanks for coming to have a chat with us.
Thank you, Andi.
Yeah, we'll see you soon with more. Thanks.